It is a beautiful planet. So you've seen other planets then.
Yeah, yeah.
What are they like?
The different planets doesn't have the flowers, rivers, and the life and the love, the birds. The Earth is most beautiful planet, and different planets has the different habitat, but not as beautiful as a human being, not loving as we are, not no emotions as we are having. So taking the birth on this planet is always priority of every soul, and especially the earth.
My guest today is Yogini Rome. Yogini Rome had a near death experience in 2009, and she is here to share that experience with you and how it helped shape her life. Welcome, Yogini Rome. I'm so blessed to have you.
Namaste, Vande Bharati. I'm from Bharat.
My viewers love to hear about near death experiences. If you want to share what happened in yours.
Sure. Thank you for giving me opportunity to be over here. I would love to share my near-death experience and our life in India. Okay, yogic life especially. So 2009, I met in a road accident. I was coming from my morning walk and the vehicle hit me from backside. And after a certain time, I saw like I'm going somewhere up and I gave my hand. There's some like two shadows from the luminous tunnel. Two shadows came to me, but those shadows' energy was very nice. It wasn't kind of a scary or fearful anything. And they wanted me to go with them. Okay. And I gave my hand and I say, okay, I'm going up. Then what is it down? And when I looked down, my deformed body was on the road and there was a blood surrounding my head, which was dried. So could see this clearly, the black. So maybe I was there almost for 1 hour because the blood doesn't rise that quickly. And they were my neighbors and my daughters and all. They were surround me. And then I realized, oh, and then I look up and then I remember, oh, I have my children at home. And I look at them and I said, I have children at home. They're waiting for me. And they say, okay, you can go back and come whenever you wish. And then I moved my body kind of it. I felt pain over here. And the people started shouting, oh, she's alive, she's alive, she's alive. And then second, I opened like I got a consciousness when I was in a hospital. So when I couldn't see anything, my eyesight was completely blurred. And the doctor was trying to take stitches. And I was telling the doctor, no, you're doing a good job. Don't worry. Go ahead. So this was my near-death experience. But when I look it back, it wasn't scary. It was kind of a universe wanted to give me glimpse because sometimes, most of the time, we are born with our destiny and we forget our destiny. So this was kind of a hit was needed that time to get more deeper in me. So that time after my near-death experience, I lost my memory, my senses, my eyesight was a blur. And also I had some personal life turbulences. So all like a side, like a kind of, I went through the churning process. So I experienced that time, physical, spiritual, physical, emotional death, which completely put my life on the spiritual path. It wasn't something I was not on the spiritual path. From the childhood, I've been living the spiritual life because our culture, where death is an integral part of a living. So we don't have a fear of a death, the reincarnations and taking multiple births, the soul. Like it was from the childhood only I had experienced that. I remember in the childhood, I used to see the big life-size book. Those books will be having kind of the TV where the life goes front of you. But I was very small, like a 3 years. So I was not able to make any sense of what is exactly. And I remember like if like my spiritual life journey started age of a 3. A question I used to ask my mom among that one question, why the people die? Where they go after they die? Why the children die? Why there is a sudden death? All these questions I used to ask my mom, and she used to answer me the way I am answering today my guest in my retreat. Okay? So it wasn't something shocking, and I was quite stable and observing everything, whatever is happening that time. But a major change happened this time that after my accident, as I said, I lost my memory, neurological complications, the senses, etc. That put me on the neurological research path more. And during that time, my soul traveled in my brain because we have written things in our Vedantic literature that size of a soul is Sahasra Kushagre. Kusha means hair, Agra means tip. When you break the tip of your hair in the 1,000 parts, among that one part, size is of a soul. So it was easy for the soul to travel. So when I like a travel in my brain during that time, I wanted to know what is happening when I was in hospital. I literally saw that neuro circuitry, cells, and those receptors, transmitter, etc. And wherever there is a brain is damaged, the color was different. Wherever the brain neurons are functioning properly, the color is different. So it's a green, blue. And that time I was a general manager finance. I had nothing to do with science and neurology. But this is all what experiences I went through. And as my personal life and everything had come to the standstill, so I took a break from everything to take care of my health. And my doctor said it will take 5 years to diagnose what has happened to you. And I said, no, I don't have 5 years. And my mother has said, your body has all that healing capacity, provided nothing is taken out of it or nothing is inserted in it. So does in my retreat as well, whenever the cases come, I see to that there is no foreign object in their body or any part is removed. So in my case, everything was there. And my Ayurveda, spiritual life, etc., it helped me to come back. And with, I think, 5 years, and I think I have a much more better memory than what it was earlier.
And you have no injuries left. You're completely healed.
Okay, the marks are there. Okay, it took a time. Like if I see my memory recovery journey, that then I started getting a memory back in the flashes. Okay, and the brain will try to replace those memories, etc. But today I think like I'm much better, fine, 110%.
You definitely seem like you're perfectly fine. I would never be able to tell that anything happened. So that's a miraculous recovery in itself.
Yeah, and I think, as I say, like we are born with our destiny, but we forget our destiny, and our destiny never forgets us. So after this, as I said, I developed keen interest in the neurology, vagus nerves. because that plays very important role in healing our brain injuries. Okay. And then I started, like, I host the retreats where I happily accept the medically rejected cases, especially the neurology related. I dive deep into our Vedic science, Ayurveda, and Indian spirituality. I develop my own techniques, meditation techniques, food habits to help others. I think that is the most important part, diversion after my near death experience. And I love that. Now that near death experience doesn't hurt me or give me any bad feeling about it. In fact, one day when I met that person, I said thank you to him. I said, look, I know you have not done anything with the intention. You lost your control. I can understand.
Did the beings that you saw while you were in your near death experience seem familiar to you in any way?
Okay, good question. Now my other death experience from the childhood, interacting to the different entities and experiencing different dimensions. It is not something new for me. Okay. But here, one thing I would surely like to share, that in our India, we say that when you die, there come the god of a death on sitting on the buffalo to take you. And there is a Chitragupta who keeps the record of your karma. But sorry, there was no god of a death. There was no hell of a heaven, or there was no accountant appointed by the god to take your calculation of a karma, etc. But those are our guides. Those are our soul guides. The sometime when the soul depart, you have a guide. You get the guides who are from your familiar, like your earlier family member or the friends, but there are the definitely guides are assigned to soul by the creator. So those guides were there. And after this, I traveled my various previous life. Okay. So then I realized, like, many things about it. This, especially the I got more interested again, like, as a neurology and a consciousness, different dimensions. So, though in the childhood I was experiencing it, now I could relate it. It was possible for me to connect the link between those things. That what the books I was seeing in my childhood, big books, though that is how the life is shown to us when we go back. Us means our soul. So our soul will see our entire life front of our eyes like a moving screen of a movie. Okay. And then we can make out, oh, here I went wrong. Oh, here I would have done this thing. Or here I would have done that thing. I had gone over here to learn this lesson, but I missed this thing. Like that. So it is you who take a decision that next birth, what you're going to do, which lesson you're going to learn. So there comes then your soul agreement, and then the soul group and the soul tribe. So then I've been meeting my soul group, soul tribe. I also met the people from my previous life who recognized me. So I think that my life became more interesting and meaningful after the near death experience.
So you met your soul tribe after your near death experience, or you realized the people around you were your soul tribe?
Okay. There's the soul tribe, and they decide that how we going to play the certain role in each other's life when we take a birth on the earth. Okay. So I met some people from my previous life. I met, and they recognized me. That is interesting because before that, I used to not trust on all this thing. And I've been connecting with the different dimensions, etc. But that was happening from the childhood. And my mother remains my first spiritual guru. So it was like a inborn, taken care by my mother. So death was not something scary, etc. So that the spiritual life was also not something glamorous or the adopted thing. It is our way of a living. But yes, it's opened the more dimension that no, this is my life path. And like I have set my retreat center, as I said, the people all over the world come over here for their healing journey, soul healing journey, spiritual journey, etc. And when I look at everything, that's what it is. Content, completely contentment. There's nothing more can be asked. So I think the near-death experience was worth experiencing. Else I would have not recognized my soul destiny or my life path.
Do you think that you planned your near death experience as a reminder to you to start on your life's path?
Very good question. Because as I said, in the retreat, I get the people from age 20 to 82, and they have a different questions about a life and death, etc. Okay. So when the soul comes over here to do some work, okay, like you might have heard about the chakra system,
Yeah.
right? We have the 7 chakras, okay. So till our third chakra, the navel chakra, we Manipuraka chakra we call in Sanskrit, we are still on the material world, survival, and basically the Muladhara is a survival chakra. Okay, as we go up, the heart chakra, where the soul becomes the compassionate, loving, etc. Okay, and as the soul go up like a fifth and the sixth chakra, where the soul come here to play some role to contribute to the humanity. Basically, the soul come over here as a messenger. And but at the moment we take a birth over here, our memories are taken out. That is a great risk because after my spiritual journey further, I asked the consciousness or a creator that if meditating is going to help us in the evolving, then why we have to go on the earth and get lost? Why should not we sit here and then meditate and get evolved? Then I got the answer. When you go on the earth, on the planet, you learn your lessons faster. Okay. So coming back to your question. So when we are on the fifth dream and above, we come over here to perform certain duties. We come with the assignment chosen by the soul, approved by the creator. Not only here, but there also you have a free will. Okay. Now you took the birth and you get lost because your memories are taken out. Okay. And that time, then you need to, the it wasn't chosen by me. The accident wasn't chosen by me because if then I would have not recovered the way I'm recovered now. Because today my faith on this recovery of a body, the healing power of a universe, healing power of a nature, the goodness of a Ayurveda would have been not tested. So if I see myself, I'm more than what I was earlier, more healthier, more sharper memory, and full with life. So that heat was just to wake me up. It wasn't chosen by me for that sure. But yes, this path was chosen by me because I remember when I was in a fourth standard, there was one poem or song which was my favorite. And I used to love singing that song. Can I share with you?
Yes, please.
So it is in our Hindi national language. So his song says like that, हे भगवान मुझे दुनिया की सेवा का वरदान दे. Hey God, give me the boon to serve the world. दुखियों का दुख मिटा सकूं ऐसी शक्ति महान दे. Give me power so I can take the pain away from the people's life who are in the pain. जो बिना सहारे भटक रहे हैं उनको सुख की बाह दो. The people who are wandering aimless, I should give my arms and hugs. I can hold them. Okay? Who like बिना सहारे भटक रहे हैं उनको सुख की बाह दो. हे भगवान मुझे तुम दया दृष्टि और शक्ति दो. Hey God, if you really want to give me something, give me your compassion. Give me your unconditional love. Give me that kindness which I see in your eyes, but yet give me the strength so I can stand against the injustice and truth. So that was a poem I used to recite and love reciting in my fourth standard. So that is around 10 or 11 years. So I was asking from the God, same thing.
So it sounds like it's all about serving others and helping others. That's what our life's purpose is for.
Yeah, we have a free will, as I said, but like we sometimes we choose our purpose the which conscious level we are. You will also come across the people who had the near death experience, but they chose the different path. The same like Buddha. Buddha reached the Buddhahood, enlightenment, Buddhahood. There were the many monks who reached the Buddhahood, but they did not come back to civilization to the share. But Buddha came back to the share. So same happened with the near-death experience, that some share the life experience and they understand the worthiness of a life and the purpose where they can put the life which will bring more glory to their existence on the earth. And one more thing I would like to tell over here. As I said, I've been traveling and connecting with the different dimensions. And then, as you know, there are the many planets in the galaxy, etc. But our Earth is the most beautiful planet.
It is a beautiful planet. So you've seen other planets then.
Yeah, yeah.
What are they like?
Okay. Even my husband asked me 2, 3 days back this question because you know that in India you are like a wife. That's a wife, and you're a wife. Yeah, you're you're respected for that. But when someone talk in all these terms, then you are considered. Are you sure what you're saying? So the different planets doesn't have the flowers, rivers, and the life and the love, the birds. The Earth is most beautiful planet, and different planets has the different habitat, but not as beautiful as a human being, not loving as we are, not no emotions as we are having. So taking the birth on this planet is always priority of every soul, and especially the earth, where the sky is our father and earth is our mother. It's the most beautiful planet. And as I said, other planets, they are not that beautiful. There is no love and emotion. There are no colors.
What is the purpose of those other planets?
Good question. So there is another area of interest like a soul psychology. Okay. So other planets. So as I said, when we become, there are called the super soul. Okay. And the super soul has the capacity, the way as a human being we have a capacity to manifest. So they have a capacity to create the planets, etc. So as we visualize, imagine our life, and it manifests certain extent, provided it is in a harmony with the universe, or it has been assigned to you or destined to you, then only. Because as in the Gita, Lord Krishna says that no one will get more than what is destined, and before then when is destiny. Okay, but the super soul are above all this thing, so they can create these planets, and this entire cosmos is still evolving, is still the womb, there's still expansion, evolvement is happening. Okay, and as per their imagination, there are the different planets, different habitats, you know. See, if you, the common we get the experience the aliens visiting our earth, right? Then there is no there is no evidence as such where the human being has been visited on their planet or something, because our planet is so interesting and attracting to all the entities. Now, entities like a whichever it is not familiar, we name that the entities, but they are like a habitat from the different planet, and they have a different features and body structure, etc. But another thing I noticed, you never seen any aliens smiling and loving.
Do you think are the aliens physical beings or are they more interdimensional spiritual beings?
Okay, they they are in the different dimensions. Okay, it is not something only this dimension. There are multiple dimension, and it's something like, I will just take a small example. There is an 11-story building. Okay, and you are staying on the 9th floor. So you will be familiar with the people who are staying on the 10th floor and the 8th floor, right? Maybe if you're more friendly, you will be knowing the people on 6th floor, on 7th floor, or maybe another 2, 3. So same happens over here. The dimensions whom you like dimensions where you can get connected, those things will be accessible to you. I think like 2, 3 days back, my guest asked me the question about the brain. Okay, like a consciousness and the brain. Is the brain is consciousness or the consciousness is separate? Okay. So again, I'm taking the entities over here, brain and consciousness. Okay. So brain is an organ. Consciousness is capacity of that organ get developed. It is already there, but it's kind of a when facade opens and you see the different dimensions. Okay. As your capacity of seeing in the different dimensions give you access to those dimensions, but that doesn't mean only those many dimensions are there. Now we have reached up to the 5th dimension, but there is also 11th dimension, up to 11th dimension. But I would say there are the infinite, because it's still evolving. The way I always say, we have been created by Creator, having capacity to contribute in His creation. So creation is still on. By the supernatural source, still the creation is on. So we cannot say that's it. Okay. When it's come to the entities, there's not only one planet the entity comes. There are the different planets. The entities come over here. Sometimes they are in the form of a soul. Sometimes they are in a form of some physical things.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so you get connected as per your vibration. You have a 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, like that. You will get connected to their network. Okay. And so, from my experience with them, everyone loves this planet. I never had any bad or wrong experience dealing with any entity from the different dimensions. So there are some entities come into our orbit to help human being who never get incarnated as a human over here, but they do come and travel. So there are the many travelers on the planet Earth whom we don't see.
And you see them on a regular basis?
Yeah.
And is that because your energy is vibrating at a different frequency than most of the population?
Yeah, another thing, like when my eyesight taken away that time, I've been blessed with the more power eyesight, okay, and I stay very remote, main road from my retreat is almost 2 kilometers. So I rarely step into the crowded area, okay. And as I said, all this vibration frequencies has been taught to be by my mom in childhood. And she will say, entire universe is trying to communicate with you. All you need to change your vibrations. How to talk to plants, how to talk to animals, how you can hear the nature. So these are the different vibrations. Another thing, when entities talk to you, that doesn't mean they will talk in any language. It is just Wi-Fi happens. So it is not our conversation going almost half an hour, but same information will be shared in just a fraction. So here I will give the example from Mahabharata, where the Krishna tells the Gita to Arjuna. It's an entire one big book, the Gita, which is a guide map for the civilization. Okay, but when there is an entire army is waiting on the battlefield to fight the battle, do you think the Krishna will take the Arjuna out and give such a long lecture to him? No. Does the time stop over there? No. It just Wi-Fi data, Bluetooth, very faster than our Bluetooth it works. Okay. So when the entities communicate with us, it happens over here and very fast. And you attract them as per your vibration. So there are the chances at the beginner's level that with whom you are interacting.
I was going to ask if you have been seeing these entities since your childhood, or has it just been since your near death experience?
No, from the childhood. Like this, the luminous light portal opened for me. It wasn't the first time. I think again I was somewhere, I had gone to one of my grandfather's place, and there were a lot of tamarind trees. And I was supposed not to eat tamarind because fall sick, cough and all. So in afternoon time, 2 o'clock, with the hiding, I went in that area which was like a dense trees and all. And I saw big light. But like as being a small, I couldn't take it. And when I opened my eyes, I was in a bed, the grandfather's house. So it was not the first time I was seeing that light, etc. Entities everything over here remains. Okay. So the place I born and brought up, Vajreshwari, which is very much famous for the Tantra worship. That place has the energy where the seers and sages has been meditating, practicing from the ages. You know that India is known for spirituality, seers and sages, tantras, mantras, etc. Okay. So Evening time, I'm coming at my home and I will see someone sitting in the fire and meditating. Then I will just look at what is that happening. Then I will ask my mom, oh, while coming, I saw this thing, this is happening. Then mom will say, this is how the seers, they meditate for the centuries and centuries, where the soul reaches beyond the body, beyond the five senses and the physical form. So it wasn't something new for me. So again, here I tell my guests, the yogis are not born in a day or with the accidents. Yogis are shaped from their childhood. So again, like we have a temple, Vasreshwari goddess, who remains my second mother. As again, India is known for the god and goddesses system. But here, the god or goddesses, they are not something distant. They are a part of our living, where we experience non-duality. So when I will ask my mother a lot of questions, and she will get tired. She wasn't literate, but she was lady with wisdom. She never keep quiet. You are a child. You shouldn't be asking this question. No. She will sit with me. She will answer me. And when she get tired, she will ask me, go and talk to that goddess. She will answer you. So I will come from the school and I will run to the temple and I will talk to the goddess the way I talk to my mother. Why this happens? Why so? All these things. And then in the dream or with like in a subconscious way, I will get my answer. So it's like a different childhood I had.
Do you think that your experience intensified after your near death experience? Do you think it opened up like a split in the veil or a portal or
No,
something
I
like
completely surrender. I completely surrender. It's like, as you said, yes, I open up. Okay, what's that? Fine, let's do it. Because what is the most fear one person can have is the death. And I have seen that. Now, what was left with me is a life. Okay. But when more thing happened during that time, while as I said, I saw the all kind of a death, physical, emotional. And when I took my health back in my hand, I recovered. And I asked myself, what do you want to do in your life? I want to be happy. How happy? When you were that happy? Oh, in my childhood, I was that happy. What was there in that childhood? Mm, life was close to the nature, rivers, tree, temple, chanting, and like a singing, helping the people unconditionally. Because we are born and brought up in the village system. So village is the entire village is one family. So we don't have that nuclear concepts, etc. The entire village is one family. So we are safe, secure, caring, sharing, you know, and the nature. Okay. What is stopping you from living that life? You don't have to worry about it. Well, financially, everything was fine, taken care of. Okay. And then I said, yeah, other people also must be looking for this kind of a place. There must be the people who reaching in their life such a place that they will look for something similar. Then let's create this kind of a place where the people can come and heal. And then I created my retreat and I completely surrendered to spiritual path, my neurology research, and my retreat guest life. Nothing more to ask.
that's a complete life and it sounds very beautiful. Um, I just want to ask, how do you, or what do you recommend that people can do to raise their vibration? Now, we weren't raised like you, especially in the United States. Our culture isn't as spiritual typically. Sometimes it is, but typically the average child hasn't been raised like you, so we didn't have that upbringing. How can we now raise our vibrations so that we can be more one with the universe?
I can absolutely understand your question. As I shared, sorry, there is a guest, the couple from Florida, and they also shared same thing with me that they said, Rom, here we see you are literally living in that culture where the spirituality is not different. It's a way of a living. You know? So because as I say, like I'm hosting the retreats more than a decade. So I know what is happening in that part of the world. So raising the vibration, first remove the facades what you have become. Universe is your mirror. What you become, what you radiate, it will reverse back. Okay? That what has been taught to me. But I know sometimes the surrounding is not safe. Right? So that time I would say, be a kind but not blind. Okay? The spiritual, like the guest who will be leaving tomorrow, he asked me, Ron, what we tell the people when we go back? I said, you don't have to tell anything to anyone because spiritual evolution has happened in you that will bring bliss to you. Everyone is on the spiritual path, near or far. So, in your hand is maintain your spiritual bliss. Okay. Now, the changing the vibration, again, as I said, you start vibrating from inner to out. So, change your trust in you, trust in the universe. Open your heart to give the love unconditional, but be careful, be kind, but not blind. Okay. When it's come to the children's, etc., see, like we have a different child upbringing system over here. I know there are the many single mothers in the Western countries. I feel sorry for them. But it's so difficult for them to make the both ends meet of their and their child. So when the soul is on survival mode, the consciousness and spiritual things become the distance. Okay. But I will only tell the people, have a patience, make the conscious decisions in the life, which will help you at least to live the stable life. Once you are stable, your vibration will take you towards the spiritual thing. Because we cannot talk much more on that topic because the system is completely different. What I see in my world is different, and that is different. There's one more like a topic here, like there's one more of interview, Garbha Sanskara, the how the soul take the birth on the planet, how the soul chooses the parents, the mother or father. That also plays very important role because soul is not like so giving the birth to child is not only the physical process, it can be also the spiritual process. So the conscious parent can invite the conscious soul on the earth. Okay. So raising the vibration, the many factors are involved in that. There cannot be just a simple answer with my knowledge. But yes, begin with yourself. The small step definitely will take you to the better place. But spiritual journey, raising the vibrations, start from us.
You have a retreat or a center where people can come and stay. Tell us a little bit about what they can do there or what to expect if they came.
Okay, I've been meeting the very beautiful people, as I said, who are on the different path, but on the spiritual path. Okay, and the different age. I have like the youngest guest of mine, age of 19. Can you believe how beautiful will be her life? Because being spiritual, then they ask like how to manifest this life, how to have the partner who will be compatible to them. So at the beginning only, see the most of the people in the life, they are running after something or running away from something. But if you are conscious and stable, that you know, is it that thing is worthy to run after or run away? So where you get into the conscious creation. So as I said, a 19-year girl, and right now I have a guest who is 82 years. How cute it is. Like he keeps and takes a notes of everything and he verify with his previous beliefs and new understanding. And he will come with the excitement in his face. Ram, I have this question. What is a consciousness and how it get evolved? Ah, Ram, the West has really misunderstanding about your God and goddesses system. Then I told him, look, here the God and goddesses are our gratitude towards them. Even like they call like India worship the cow. We worship the cow because we are in the gratitude for her, what she contribute to our life. So age of 19 to the 82, the guest attend my retreat. There are the some guest who comes every year or some guests they try to come often. So here I host the retreats for the physical wellness, which is taken care by Ayurveda and our different kind yoga, meditation. Also, like my most soul retreat is spiritual women because women is the most beautiful creation of the God. All she need to know her strength and her beauty, and she can manifest a beautiful word for her. So that's my most soul retreat. That another retreat is my seniors retreat, where like seniors people attend the retreat. Those are also my favorite retreat.
That's lovely. Where is your retreat located?
It's a beautiful coffee plantation, India, land of sheer sages, heart of spirituality, land of Vedas, yoga, Ayurveda, and my place is Kurg near Karnataka, which is called the Scotland of India. Beautiful coffee plantation, blue sky, and the lush nature. That's my retreat place. It's my soul sanctuarium.
Well, it sounds absolutely amazing and such a peaceful place.
Yes, where the morning you get up with the creeping bird sound and the wind sound. As I said, the road is 2 kilometers away from here, so there is no vehicle sound. So maybe the sometime morning you will hear the omkara of our meditation.
And you talked about science and neuroscientists or neurosurgeons. Can you talk a little bit more just about that? Because I think there are some more scientific minded people that maybe need that kind of proof
Sure,
or studies.
sure. See, when my brain like was hit from the behind, some nerves were hit. So I lost my senses and all this thing. And in my research, I found that way to activate this nerves with the breathing, because breathing pumps more oxygen to the brain and body. Okay. And so that's one. Then I did some study on the neuroplasticity and the different damages brain goes through because of a trauma. As I said, my one of guest was a brain surgeon, and who experienced some trauma in his life and his brain got damaged. You can see his interview on my YouTube channel. Also, how was his recovery with me for 1 month. Okay. So this breathing techniques, particular diet helps to neurons, and then we have a Ayurveda and Marma system because there are the nerves where the brain signals sends the signal, and there are the nerves who sends the signals up. Okay, and when you can link between them, it helps. So definitely another like 1 more year, then I will put my clinical research along with my Vedantic science with the proof that I'm working. But yes, as I said, just now one guest, she is a 70 years, and when she arrived over here, like she looked like she has a Parkinson, but she doesn't has a Parkinson's. And the Western medical science told her we doesn't know. And I saw her medicines, etc. But again, if I share her video with you, there is no shake or nothing. And she get third day, and her husband was looking at her, and he like, Rome, she's not shaking. So there are the different exercise of breathing, etc. have developed, which I'm doing now research with the EEG, etc. So within a 1 year, I will put the proper research front of the people. But yes, the people are getting help out of it. I got the help out of it, and everything is natural, and which is in your hand, no side effects. Because we follow the Ayurveda. Ayurveda gives the multiple benefits. So does my yogic practices give the multiple benefits, no side effects. So definitely I will get in touch with you when I get my clinical research with the evidence. Right now, the research and practices are coming positive result.
I can't wait to read them because I too am naturally skeptical. I have a skeptical brain, and I want to see not only um, hear about experiences people have had, but also scientific research. And we have so little scientific research into anything spiritual. And I think it's because it's difficult to recreate in a laboratory scenario. So it's hard to study because we can't control it. But I really am interested in reading about your research.
But like here also I'm getting good help. Like I did some courses from the Harvard Publishing House, etc., to get more clinical data about the neuron and the brain. So I have in coming 2 months, I have taken off for myself where I'm getting my brain for the experiment. That's how my own practices makes the difference in alpha, beta, theta, and gamma waves.
Well, that's wonderful. If my guests wanted to reach out to you, how can they find you? You said you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I will share my website link as well. That's a www.romeswellnessco.in.
Perfect. And we'll link those down below so anybody who wants to reach out to you can just click on the link. And then can you reserve a retreat there?
Yes, you can reserve the retreat. Normally, it's better to reserve in advance because my retreats are normally booked very much in advance. Some of the guests, they come regularly. There is one guest who is coming from the Scotland, and he had a high diabetes and the cholesterol and the heavy weight. And when he went back, his doctor asked him, what was that? What you did over there? And his doctors and his GP, he tells them, when you're going back to the room. So there are the many guests over here, they come for their health recovery. So it is kind of a home. It's not a hospital, etc. It's a home. People who will see the video on my YouTube, they will come to know how I have opened my heart, I have opened my home. Come, let's get healed.
Just lovely. And do you have any last words of wisdom for my viewers?
Sure. Let me tell you something. This, as I said, the earth is beautiful planet, and every human being on this planet is worthy to have. Is such a beautiful. Everything as it is beautiful. So don't consider yourself less or more. You are beautiful, and its earth is also blessed to have you.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Rome. Thank you for being my guest. It was an absolute pleasure for me to be able to have this discussion with you. I appreciate your time.
Namo Bharati. Thank you for inviting me.